Ladies and gentlemen, this video is now in session. Obi-Wan362, Gamer Law presiding, and welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days. Last time, we watched all of the HD redone cutscenes, and it took a long while, but we did it. So this time, we're actually here to take a look at the extras. And I'm assuming that the going through the characters will be less exciting than going through and seeing all of the secret reports. So we're going to start with these things. Xemnas. Organization 13's leader. He is made completing Kingdom Hearts the organization's goal, but harbors his own secret agenda. Thank you. That's helpful. Ziggy! Ziggy. Senior member of the Organization 13, second in command in deed as well as in name. He looks at the big picture and acts according to his unique perspective, including his unique perspective on the puppet that might or might not look like the dude from Birth by Sleep. Xaldin, the guy I've been voicing wrong since forever, and actually I've been voicing all these people wrong since forever, but that's not the point. Founding member of Organization 13, he is both a fierce warrior and a strategist. He seeks a heart but despises love and the bonds that tie people together. So he's a confusing one, that one. Also, I think my television is too loud for doing this. There we go. Vexen, the guy who we all hate. And if you don't hate him, then you're wrong. Founding member of Organization 13, a brilliant scientist who carries out research on various organization projects, but we're all glad died a brutal and violent flaming death. He was in charge of the replica program in Castle Oblivion, but someone disposed of him. That's right. I don't remember your name again. Still going with Loxus. Founding member of Organization 13, he is a man of brawny physique and few words. He was sent to Castle Oblivion, but was disposed of by an unknown assailant. For the record, I realized in the last video I said I didn't remember how to say his name. That video hasn't gone up yet at the time of me recording this, so all of you who told me how in that one, I'll see those comments. So you don't have to repeat yourself here. Just save you the typing. Zexion, founding member of Organization 13, ruthless tactician who would use any means for his ends. He was sent to Castle Oblivion, but was disposed of by an unknown assailant. Oh yeah, that unknown guy. Gosh, whatever happened to him? Sykes, a member of Organization 13, as Xemnas' right-hand man. Makes not a lot of sense considering Ziggy's supposed to be second in command. But okay. He is charged with giving orders to other members. He and Axel, an old acquaintance, are plotting something. Yeah. What's up with that, Axie? Axel! Member of Organization 13. Prioritizes his own motives over the goals of the organization. He eventually becomes friends with Roxas after their initial meeting. Like Roxas, he comes to worry for Xion for becoming friends with her as well. Who writes these? Or are we just to assume that these character bios are just outside the world? It's Jiminy. It's Jiminy. Member of Organization 13! His easy-go-lucky personality is uncharacteristic of an organization member. He can control water by playing his sitar, but is aware that he is unfit as a fighter, and so he abandons you on like 3 different missions. Because, suck it, Demix. Your dance water dance. Member of Organization 13, Luxord, is a gambler at heart who enjoys treating everything as a wager. He never lets down his gentlemanly and reserved attitude. Marluxia, the first person to actually have to have a scroll down to be able to finish his bio. Member of Organization 13, despite having joined late, he is sent to Castle Oblivion and named its lord based on his profound abilities, also because he likes flowers and scythes and is a pain in the butt. He's intrigued by the Keyblade wielder and harbors dark desires, was disposed of by an unknown assailant. That was moi. Moi was the unknown assailant. Alright? I won't credit. I kicked his butt. I don't know if I'd go that far. I beat him, though. Larxene! Member of Organization 13. She is highly conceited and mocks all those around her with an abrasive attitude. She was sent to Castle Oblivion, but was disposed of by an unknown assailant. She was sent there because she's so abrasive and nobody liked her. And she tended to throw knives at people. The 13th member of Organization 13, he is often assigned to missions to collect hearts as he wields a Keyblade. Bit of a zombie when he first joined, Roxas slowly regains himself through interaction with Axel and Xion, becoming best friends with them, and then has to fight them both, and it's super sad. Xion, the 14th member of Organization 13. Like Roxas, she wields a Keyblade. Unlike Roxas, she's a puppet. Through interactions with Roxas, she forms her own identity, develops a friendship with Roxas and Axel. Sora! Dude, it's not even in this game, except for one scene where we have, like, his face. Young boy who wields a Keyblade as a hero of light. He currently sleeps within Castle Oblivion to restore his memories after saving the world from darkness. I don't know why, whenever I sit here to record these things where I have to look at my television instead of be on my thing, I'm starting to yawn so much now. I apologize. Like, I'm not even tired. So I don't know what's going on there. Riku. Childhood friends with Sora and Kairi, he donned the organization's black coat, pretending to be a member, and investigates their actions while waiting for Sora's memories to be restored. Also, he's super cool. Kairi. Childhood friends with Sora and Riku. She was once targeted by the forces of darkness for being a princess of heart. Back at Destiny Islands, she waits for Sora and Riku's return. And if you know anything about Kairi, you know that it's the fact that Sora is not going to let you take Kairi's heart. Diz. This jerk-faced, mummified poop head, I don't know. I thought it was going to have something I was hoping it'd have something by the end of it, and I didn't, and it was, yeah. A mysterious figure who waits with Naminé for Sora's memory to be restored, but makes super condescending comments all along the way. He despises nobody, and pushes Naminé to complete restoring Sora's memories to achieve a certain goal, which we are pretty sure is world domination. Naminé, a young girl with the power to rearrange the memories of Sora and everyone connected to him. She is currently restoring Sora's scattered memories by murdering people. I mean, they're not people per se, but they're people-ish. People-light? A Keyblade Master, the King, and Lord of Disney Castle. He traveled with Riku, but worries after being separated from him. Wearing a black coat, he pretends to be a member of the organization and gathers information on their actions. Somehow, none of them have realized that the super short guy is the king rather than a Moogle. That's right, everybody thinks he's a Moogle. That's why nobody stops him. Be hilarious. And finally, the thing we're all actually here for. The secret reports. See, the problem is I don't remember which ones I've read and which ones I haven't, so we're just going to start from the top and go through literally all of them. I apologize to anyone who doesn't really want to go through them all, but that's what... You also don't have to watch this video. So, Day 7, meaning. A name defines an object, describes the span of it, gives it purpose. We embarked upon the replica program to ensure our new power stays ours. Now our shadow puppet, number lowercase I, which is dumb, lives. I needs a name, something to define it, to give the hollow vessel purpose. Think of putting an X in it and then adding the I and the N-O and just kind of swirling them up and see what I get. Because that's how science works. Roxas! Seems like we're getting new members every day. Number 13 was a boy, Roxas. Now we got number 14, Xion. Today's mission was to show Raxus the ropes. I feel like they've had me babysitting him since he got here. He's not a bad kid, but he is spacey. Good fighter, though. At least he won't be bored. Shion is being monitored. Roxas, meanwhile, has begun his training exercises. It is imperative we keep Shion from having undue contact with Roxas until we are certain it will perform as expected. Which will take another 10 days. If Vexen's convictions are to be trusted. As for the Keyblade Master, Marluxia will no doubt be keeping an eye on him. Another mission with Raxus today. Is he seriously my responsibility? At least he's starting to talk like a normal person. Maybe that means his memory's coming back. Still, this kid's supposed to be the Keyblade Master's nobody? I don't see it. I know, right? He looks very little like him. Ugh. How dare they shut me out of monitoring the Keyblade Master. And then to send me off to teach that half-baked nobody basic magic? Oh. Oh. This is Larxene. That's cute. Should have had him light me on fire. Won't be long now, though. Once I'm over at CO, our plan goes into action. No more playing nanny. Ever. They pushed up the CO plan. Our little hero with the key must have made a move. Me and his nobody have been meeting up for ice cream for the last few days. Adjust that voice. Not the best conversationalist, but at least he's mastered a few facial expressions besides doom and gloom. Something about CO he didn't seem to follow. Guess that's understandable. Research entry 326. Program is largely on target. Number I, my finest replica, has proven an even greater success than anticipated. I intend to take the other vessel, judged unfit for number status, even though the other one doesn't really have a number either. It's I, that's not a number, it's a letter. Alright, whatever. To Castle Oblivion, where I will subject it to further testing. One thing is clear. Could these replicas not be classified as a special sort of nobody? I just guess somebody will have to tell me, because nobody knows. I apologize. The upper floors. Marluxia succeeded in leading the Keyblade Master to the castle. Since multiple threads at work, but details on each of the projects are scarce. I suspect some alleged organization projects are secretly private machinations. Marluxia seems especially suspect. Hollow ties. Pressing Zexion for answers would be a waste of time. I know that. But this dearth of information is hard to accept. It's happening on the upper levels. What ought we be doing down here? They hug their truths close and leave the rest of us to speculate. Zexion talks of the bond we share as an organization, but how could such a thing exist? Still, he remains the only one I can trust. Oh, that's sad. Simple deduction suggests Axel's outwardly inscrutable actions are the result of some directive from Sykes. Why else eliminate Vexen? Even I got a list of reasons to eliminate Vexen. He's a poopy head. He was an obnoxious fight that I'd never want to have to deal with ever again in the history of ever. He's a jerk face. He's full of himself. I can go on, and he's the reason for every bad thing that ever happens. So he simply wanted to do research. Did we not all stand to gain from the fruits of his program? What is Axel thinking? Wow. Axel's in the way, but I don't know if he's aware of our plot. Vexen had no part in our plans. Why eliminate him, assuming Axel's orders were to root out traitors to the organization? Discerning his motives merits our full attention. He just didn't like him. Dealing with the traitors. I've uncovered most of what I need to know about the replica program. But where's the other one? Can't find any trace of it. Vexen was caught in the middle. Pitiable, but unavoidable. Could not risk the program falling into their hands. Of greater concern are the traitors. Not the obvious turncoats, but the ones who will get in his and my way. The Keyblade Master is not our enemy. He's our friend. He's a buddy. He's a buddy and pal of ours. Strange feeling. Roxas woke up today. I think he was dreaming this whole time. Being with him feels strange. Familiar. This is Shion.
Like listening to the waves crash up against the shore. But why?
Oh. Measures must be taken. The replica program continues. Dang it, I looked up this word before. I read this one, but I don't remember this word. How do you say this word? That says Apocrypha. That's not what I want. Apace? Yeah. Apace? Apace? That's fine. It's close enough anyway. Replica program continues apace, but something has gone wrong at Castle Oblivion. The Dusks returned with word that none of those we dispatched survived. But the news came in fragments. I still know too little to extract the truth. I doubt Axel would be among those lost, but I must plan for the worst. First, I must locate the Keyblade Master. What? I've lost track of the Keyblade Master and the other intruders. I'm the only one left in the castle. Everybody else has been destroyed. My orders were to end the traitors, but I think by this point, I fit that bill better than anybody. There's one last thing I need to look into while I'm here. Oh, that's Axel. Okay. Sykes had a hand in what went down at Castle Oblivion. Well, more like a whole arm. Which means Axel was in on it as well. It's a fact that Xemnas ordered Axel to take out the traitors, orders which went through Sykes. No specific names were given, but naturally Xemnas knew who the turncoats were right from the get-go. That seems presumptuous? Human. The longer you know someone, the less you need to speak in clear terms. Everything gets across with a wink and a nudge, a little reading between the lines. When it comes to what befell our late comrades at Castle Oblivion, ambiguity suits me just fine. But the Keyblade Master and Roxas come out and say every little thing that comes to mind. Maybe that's human. Or maybe they're just special. Or maybe I want to kick them in the face. Who knows? I lost the ability
to use the Keyblade. I have no idea why. I don't know what to do about it. About anything. It's happened suddenly after Roxas woke up. If I can't collect hearts anymore, the organization has no use for me. This is terrible. Awful. It's a tragedy. Ah.
Sean's face. Honestly, I never got why Roxas was so crazy about Shion. I know they both joined up around the same time, and they're both rookies. But how do you get close to somebody who hides their face all the time? Well, I saw it today. All of a sudden, number 14 up and takes off her hood. Shion is a girl, and she looks just like Namine. Gotta do something. Roxas has been coming along on...
My mission is to help out since I can't use the Keyblade. Axel is covering for me, so I should be safe for now. What am I going to do if I never get the Keyblade back? I can't lie forever.
Sure you can. It's not that hard. We'll do it all the time. All goes apace. The hearts collected by our two Keyblade wielders, Roxas and Shion, have gathered together, and now almighty Kingdom Hearts wax. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I think it's because we're starting to get into... We're in fall now. Things are dying. My allergies are kicking in, and so like I'm not able to breathe as well as I normally would, and thus, especially with all this reading, that's making me yawn. That's what I'm going with. Kingdom Hearts waxes large in the night sky. Our efforts have come to bear fruit, nearly ripe for the plucking. All plans proceed smoothly. Alarmingly so, in fact. This is no time to be deterred by paranoia.
295, my past. Neither Roxas or I have any memory of our human lives. I don't even remember my first days as a nobody. Roxas said he was the same, but I'm not so sure. For me, it's a total blank. I can't even remember the day I met Roxas. Or Axel. It's all blur.
Shion regained her ability to wield the Keyblade. I don't know how or why. Maybe there's more to the Keyblade Master they're not telling me about. I feel like I've been spending more time talking to Roxas and Shion lately than my old friend Sykes. This has to have been what it was like. Friendship. Bored. Every day it's work, work, work. I'm dead bored and I'd kill for some vacay. Nobody needs his rest, am I right? When I get it, it's gonna be nothing but me and my sitar. Roxas is maturing at an impressive rate. His face, the way he handles the Keyblade, it's all exactly the same. World seems so divided and alone. There's always that steady thread there to connect them. We nobodies can never escape the things we did as humans. So it goes. Talking to Roxas, you changed, not me. Talking to Roxas and Shion always brings back memories of my human life, back when I was a kid. It's a weird sensation. I ought to be able to share all this with Sykes, but I just don't feel like it anymore. It's strange, but I'm content with just missing what's gone. I'm not the one who changed. You did. Watching that foolish beast flail about only deepens my disdain for humans and their incessant need to be pinned down by feelings. We became nobodies precisely to avoid the shackles of... Did you? Did you decide to become nobodies? Is that how this process works? Is there like a sign-up sheet? What's going on here? It was only later that we realized the scale of that loss. That some things simply cannot be done without a heart. Nonetheless, I can see nary a pleasant thing about it.
That man wearing the organization coat. A jerk! He's too powerful. I can't beat him unless I get stronger. And I'm not a sham. I'm not! He is! He is the one pretending to be something he isn't.
Well, to be fair, you're pretending to be alive. Oh, sorry, was that... Oh, that was rude. I'm sorry. As expected, the duplicate is starting to show its limits. The program showed promise, but a puppet is just a puppet. Something to be toyed with until it breaks. I am utterly at a loss as to what Roxas and Axel see in that thing. How best to dispose of it merits my consideration going forward.
I wasn't ready to see Roxas again, but I can't help but compare us. We both use the Keyblade, but we're so different. Does he dream? Seems like that's all I do anymore. Last night I dreamt of the ocean. I was drowning.
That's dark.
All my dreams involve me drowning or dying or showing up at school naked. It's all awkward.
I'm guessing this is Axel. Roxas and Shion must have had it out over something. Knowing them, it's something dumb, but still. Watching them, it's like they're human. It's messing with my head. Kinda wonder if Roxas understood all that about the wrong buttons. I get the sense a lot of it went right over his head. Yup, definitely Axel. Man. But it's hard. It's hard when you don't know what the buttons are to try and figure out what they are. I've got my new hit single. X-Face is always barking at me to work, What's he expect me to do against a monster like that? I mean, stop and think about skill sets when you divide up the labor already. The heck? Dang it, I was really hoping that it was mentioned something about the mission we were on for this one, so I could remember what mission it was. Presumably it was one of the ones where we went to Olympus, but still. Shion failed to complete its mission. This continues. Destroying it and using the next replica as the duplicate would undoubtedly yield a higher grade copy. Number I was among the initial lot, which naturally raises questions about its capabilities. At present, it's nothing short of broken. I cannot fathom why Xemnas would want to keep it. Meaning behind the words. There has to be something to what Sykes said. Why didn't Shion qualify to be one of us? He said, just look at her. But at what? The fact that she looks like Naminé? Shion and Naminé must be connected. Nobody is Shion anyway. What is Sykes hiding? It's a good question, Axel. You should know now. Doo-doo-doo. I wonder if he actually ever told him that part. The gamble. I find myself envying the children. In fact, some of the fundamental differences exist between those who become nobodies as adults and otherwise. The longer you have lived, the more you are positioned to lose with such a gamble. But a child can look forward, unafraid even in the face of immeasurable odds. I doubt they even see life as a gamble the way we do. Interesting take from Luxie. Assume it's Luxie because he's using gambling metaphors. Just a replica. Shion continues to sleep. All analysis on its function suggests no marked change. The copying appears to be working, but a replica is a replica. My latest report to Xemnas on this netted me no clear answers. He simply stood, smiling. At times, I find his thinking impenetrable. Other times, I just find him annoying.
I finally wake up just to pass out again? Why? Because I'm a failure? I dreamt the whole while I was out. It was something nostalgic. But what? Why can't I remember? Could be a key memory from my human life. All I can remember is the sound of waves. Gentle. In the distance.
Thought I'd never see the word replica again. Any rational man would realize the Riku replica was not likely unique, but I'm the only one in the organization who knew of his exceptional copying functionality, and that he ultimately formed a sense of self. The fact that I knew all that and still never noticed the truth about Shion speaks to how remarkable a replica she is. My question has remained unanswered. Who is she a replica of? Naminé? Kairi? Perhaps someone entirely different? Why did the organization admit her into its membership? Why would such a fine replica fall unconscious or sporadically lose its command of the Keyblade? Okay, so this is obviously Axel. Because Axel's the only one that knows she's lost the ability to use the Keyblade at any point. Or allegedly. Gosh. That's the problem with like these days, is being like, what happened on that day? What happened those days? Shion. Even if Shion is a replica, a puppet, she's still Shion. I understand that in my head, but how do I interact with her now? Riku replica was just a tool. I can't just use Shion. No. I was wrong to have just used Riku replica in the first place. How is a man-made puppet any less worthy than a nobody that was never meant to exist at all? They're both ambiguous, tenuous at best. And she's my friend. Even if neither of us should exist, that doesn't invalidate the bonds we form. Next break we get, I told her we'd all go to the beach. I hope we get that chance. Our little summer vacation. I know if we can get together and laugh about stupid stuff, snagging doubt will go away. Aw. I enjoy that. I enjoy being able to see that, like, on the inside. It wasn't just him putting up a front for them after he found out about Shion. It was like, no, Shion's still a person. She's still my friend. I don't care what they say. Gonna be friends with her. I like that about Axel. He's all nice and loyal. It's good.
My body feels heavy. My head aches. I'm too busy dreaming to get any rest from sleep. Axel knows something. He's hiding some secret. It must be in Castle Oblivion. That's where I was born.
Shion's appearance should vary based on the relation of the viewer to her. Sykes sees her simply as a puppet. The program approaches completion. Through Roxas, Shion is assembling a copy of the Hero of the Keyblade. As proof, she sometimes appears to take on his forms to my eyes. Which one is this? Yeah, I don't know where we are in that one. Shion's disappearance is fascinating. If she really is breaking from our control, it's a sign of her approaching the essence of the hero. It seems Psyche doesn't truly see her. Curious to know how she appears to the others. I see her as him, but I suspect that Xemnas sees something else entirely in her. Yeah, again, that's what I would think would be really cool, is once we realize that, okay, everybody actually sees her differently, to start being like, okay, here's how everybody sees her. I think that would have been really cool, but... In the cards, the air has changed. I can feel it. You go out on a big gamble at a time like this, and you're going to lose big. That said, I'm betting against the worst odds that nets the biggest wins. It's betting against the worst odds. I'm eager to see how this hand plays out. Oh. Shion is gone. Roxas still doesn't know anything, but Shion found out. That's why I need to find her. We don't have hearts, so we accept the facts we're given as the truth. But something far more important lies behind the truth. Sykes would laugh at people with no hearts calling one another friends, but that doesn't make it not so. As the nobody of the Hero of the Keyblade and the replica of that nobody, those two are special, unique in every sense of the word. But that doesn't change the fact that we're friends. Nothing will. Got it memorized, Shion? Axel! Axel and Roxas are up to something. No plot they concoct will change the fact that the organization has cast off Shion, though. Our plans have split, diverged, and advanced now to the next stage. The Number I project and replica program merely paved the way. Our true goals lie elsewhere. Hidden truths. None of us really know everything that's going on in Castle Oblivion. Some rooms even Xemnas doesn't know about. Not many are even aware that Shion was born there. I wonder if the truth about that place will ever surface. Probably not. Or maybe. What do I know? It's actually what Birth by Sleep is about. It's about the castle. The man they're calling the imposter. That fake organization member? It's Riku. Roxas could very well remember that. Somewhere deep in his memories. Still, too soon to report this. Need to know why Shion was with him first. If she's siding with the hero, could easily mean her erasure. What are you planning to do, Shion? Shion! Axel failed to report that the imposter and Shion are working together. Instead, that news came from Roxas. The boy is far more easily handled than Axel, but now Axel has captured Shion, and returned her to us. These motives are impossible to read. Our plans can be altered if necessary, but doing so can only delay their realization. Doo-doo-doo. Roxas doesn't trust me after the whole Shion incident. I can't tell him the truth yet, so I keep lying. It's no big deal when you're a nobody. There's no guilt, no feeling at all. So why does it still sting, just a little, when I lie to him? All my dealings with Roxas give me this bizarre illusion of humanity. Oh my gosh! It's not an illusion! It's not an illusion, Axel! It's actual humanity! They're restoring your humanity because y'all have hearts. They just got buried. That's what I'm saying.
We watched the sunset today. The three of us. I didn't think we'd ever be able to do that again. It's like that dream I had. The one where I was by the shore with Roxas and Axel, watching the sunset over the water. I just want to stay with them. But how? What should I do?
Shion! Why? Shion is burning through missions at full tilt. She seems frantic. Why? I don't know. Speaking of, I still don't know what to say to Roxas. Even without my orders from Sykes, I'd do anything to stop Roxas from being erased. Just don't know if I can stand by and let that happen to Shion either. Man, Axel had it rough. He's had it rough trying to toe this line. Again, I really wish that these would have, like, the author next to them so you at least knew who was writing them.
Axel's always helped me out, so I just assumed he would again. How long has he known about me? Maybe since long before we met in Castle Oblivion? But he told me to think for myself. I was so happy. But now, as I get stronger, Roxas keeps getting weaker. He shouldn't exist anymore. They say that nobodies were never meant to exist, but I'm the real affront. Before I'm gone, I want to help Roxas and Axel. Even just a little. I think the boy I saw today is the same Sora from my memories.
Oh. Be they a puppet or the hero's nobody, we merely need a functional Keyblade Master. The details are unimportant. The puppet is developed to a point where the hero of the Keyblade may be entirely redundant. Indeed, perhaps we ought never allow Sora to awaken. He cannot be controlled. He will rise up against us. We must move our agenda ahead with that firmly in mind. Dude.
Riku gave me this time. Axel told me to spend it thinking for myself. The organization is determined to erase either me or Roxas. They'll never allow us to coexist.
Jeez.
I love Roxas and Axel, but I'm sure Sykes would scoff at that. Call it a trick of my artificial memories. But the time I spent on that clock tower was real. Wish the three of us could stay together, just like this, forever. Also, my artificial memories are few and far between and don't include love, so screw you, Sykes. But I have to end this. I'll never forget today's sunset. Even if Roxas and Axel do, I won't forget.
I couldn't tell Shion she was wrong, and I can't bring myself to end her. But it's either that, or I have to erase Roxas. There's no future where the three of us can sit around and eat ice cream. I know Roxas will never understand. I don't want to acknowledge it myself. Dude.
I wanted to see Roxas one more time, but couldn't. What would I say? Did I ever really exist? Even if not, I just hope that those times we spent watching the sunset were real. I know Naminé will tell me how to get back where I belong. I should hurry to see her.
The words. The gears of Xemnas' plans have begun to spin wild since the loss of half our membership at Castle Oblivion. The results are there, but can this state of affairs fairly be called a success? Kingdom Hearts can be said to possess a mind of its own. It is surely rejecting Xemnas. No, rejecting Xehanort. Roxas left the organization today. Dude. Man, I bet that's the thing. Whenever everybody's fed up with Xemnas, they're like, okay, Xehanort. And he's like, what was that? My name is Xemnas. Shut your face hole. Our plans never counted for the possibility of both Xion and Roxas leaving. How'd this come to pass? When did Roxas grow strong enough to outmuscle me? What were you really after, Lee? We joined the organization at the same time and formulated our plan. At this point, it's just an idle fantasy. Everything changed. You and me.
Aw, poor Sykes. Did you get your butt kicked by Roxas?
Yeah, you did, you jerk face.
Roxas left. It's so like him to just leave that winter ice cream stick behind. Come tomorrow, probably get the order to hunt him down. But leaving that here makes it feel so permanent. Wish the three of us... Three? No. That the two of us share some ice cream again someday. That's what it is to be friends. Man! Man! Don't do this to me.
Goals. With luck, we can bring Roxas back to our fold. But even if Sora should awaken as a hero of the Keyblade, he is bound to keep unlocking hearts. If he should come to target us, we need simply subdue him and use his power ourselves once more. I must become one with Kingdom Hearts. Gosh. I will become a higher existence. All of my true ambitions begin there. And that is all of the things. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our special investigation into Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days. That is everything. Again, unless at some later point I decide to go back and beat the one boss that I was like, oh, nope, not doing. So, thank you all for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time we come back to a Kingdom Hearts thing, we will be coming back for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I look forward to seeing you all then. If you like this video, by all means, hit the like button. And of course, if you dislike this video for whatever reason, the dislike button is right there as well. I'm super curious about a lot of what we read, but at the same time, I'm like, it would have helped so much to know who was saying what, so I could be like, okay, like you could tell, you could mostly tell when Xion or Axel spoke. You could tell the 2 times Demyx said anything. They were painfully obvious. But some of the things you're like, okay, who's talking? What context do I take this in? I think while the secret reports are interesting, I'm more interested at this point of seeing what the next story has to offer us. Because again, like we've now played through the game. No, don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. We've now played through the game. We've now watched the videos. And we've now read all the things. So, yeah, I'm just ready for the next. I'm ready for the next game. I hope you guys are as well. Again, thank you all for watching this. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this video is adjourned.